Hello everyone, Vickieverlie here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. From time to time I give everybody a little sneak peek of what the Patreon readings are actually all about. So these are some weekly readings that I post every week. We go briefly over some of the astrology, and then we go sign by sign and lay out 2 cards. This is available at the 555 support level and above. All your support means a lot to me, and with your support through Patreon, it's not like you're just paying for these readings. That's just something I do to show my appreciation. Really, Patreon and being a patron is about supporting people who are doing whatever. Like I'm doing decks, and I do the books and the decks, and I do the YouTube videos. So it's really about supporting creative people and helping them to put out the content that they do put out, all the free content, which I do as well. And so yes, I do these weekly readings, and I'm about to give you like a free sample of what to expect if you were interested in it. But Patreon is more than just you're paying for. It's not like you're just buying these readings. This is just a service that I provide for my Patreon supporters as a thank you for their generous donations every month. And if you would like to help and support me, you can watch the videos at the 555 level, but you could also give $1 or $2 or $3 a month. I mean, if you enjoy my regular videos on YouTube, it would be highly appreciated. So without further ado, on to the reading. Okay, let's see what's going on with the astrology overview. We're starting off the week with the moon going into Sagittarius at 1:28 a.m. Eastern on the 4th, and then on the 5th we got Mercury going into Aquarius. We've got a Mercury-Pluto conjunction at 0 degrees. As all these personal planets move into Aquarius, they're going to be meeting up with Pluto on the way through, okay? Next we're going to have, it's still a Sag moon, and it moves into Capricorn on the 6th. But this is going to harken back perhaps to that time when, you know, that back on the January 20th, that big influx of energy. The rest of the personal planets are going to be popping on through here, and each time they do, they're going to meet up with Pluto. So big boost of energy and communication. And Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so, you know, a lot of things could be coming through downloads, but also technology. Capricorn moon on the 6th, and then Capricorn moon on the 7th. We've got a Venus trine Uranus at 19 degrees of Capricorn and Taurus. Then a Mars sextile Neptune at Capricorn and Pisces, 25 degrees. On the 8th, we've still got another, still in the Capricorn moon, but changing over to Aquarius moon at 8:59 a.m. And we've got a Sun square Uranus at 19 degrees of Aquarius and Taurus. We've got the new moon in Aquarius happening on the 9th. That's probably the biggest news. Set your intentions, create your new realities. And that's going to be at 5:59 p.m. Eastern at 20 degrees of Aquarius 41. And then the moon goes into Pisces on the next day, but we've got our lunar new year, the year of the dragon, and the Chinese astrology is entering in on the 10th. I just heard Enter the Dragon. Of course, that's an old Bruce Lee movie, I think. And on that day as well, in the planet-to-planet aspects, we got a Mercury square Jupiter at 8 degrees of Aquarius and Taurus. Watch that there's not like misunderstandings, or you might say something that you don't mean or something along those lines. But definitely turning the big corner here, lots of new beginnings, as long as that Pluto's at that 0 as these planets come through, and we've got the new moon there. So big time Aquarius energy carrying on through. It's a big theme. It's going to be for a while. Okay, let's start out and get a couple cards for each of the 12 signs, starting with the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries. Let's have a look-see here. Got the 8 of Swords and the Strength card. So you may be getting a little impatient or a little stressed out. The card is saying have strength. Notice they both have an 8 on them. And then we've got the date of the 8th over here. On that day, it will be Aquarius moon after in the morning, but also got that Sun square Uranus. So things could really change up. Something that you've been worried about or hanging in there for all this long time, or that's causing, you know, you're getting impatient about. You could maybe with these 8s, you might see this breakthrough on the 8th or even on the 9th, you know, on that new moon. Either way, but hang in there. Things are going to change. You just got to give it a little bit more time. Give me just a little more time, because my love will surely go, or something like that. Oh, baby. Okay, next we're going to move on to Taurus. Well, Taurus, I think you are in the mix for some of these planet-to-planet aspects. You surely are. You're in a lot, especially on the 7th. We got the Capricorn moon. Venus, your ruling planet, trining Uranus in your sign there. So that could be a really powerful day for good news, good things happening, elevating to the next level. We've got a Mars sextile Neptune on that day, but then the very next day, we got the Sun square Uranus at 19 degrees of Aquarius and Taurus. And so that could be a little bit of a conflict, but I feel like it's not a bad thing. I feel like it's kind of, they're talking about a fire to get you going. And the same thing here, we've got Mercury squaring Jupiter in your sign. That could be something that comes out of left field that it makes you very happy with Jupiter, like it's some kind of a blessing in some way. Okay, one card flipped out, so we're going to take it. Look what it is, Ten of Pentacles. And then we'll just take the next one, and the Wish card. Wow, nice cards there, Taurus. So wishes coming true about some kind of big financial gains with you. The Ten of Pentacles is the money, the gains, the property. With all this Capricorn energy trining and hooking up, and Saturn sextiling with your Taurus energy, you could absolutely, use this energy, be building these long-term financial goals, be building these long-term financial goals, financial gains. That's what I was trying to say. Sometimes when it's with the Ten of Pentacles, this could be something that's family, many generations, because we've got all the generations on this card. So it could be an inheritance, or maybe your own family business, or maybe it's your own legacy that you're setting up to leave for future generations. But definitely wishes coming true, so whatever you were wishing for, you get a big yes on that. And looks like some nice money cards, and financial investments might be a good time for financial investments. All right, next let's move on to the sign of Gemini. All right, Geminis, let's see what's going on here for our Gemini friends for the week of the 4th. I mean, you got these new moons, all this stuff moving into Aquarius. These are nice trines to you. That's energy you can definitely work with. Well, it seems like, you're feeling in bondage. There's some bills that are piling up, or some financial things that are going on that are, you're examining your options. You're looking at your options, and you're feeling like, maybe you're in bondage to some old things. With all this Uranian energy, with the new moon in Aquarius, this is not the time to be stuck with old stuff. This is a time to be free and break out and try new and exciting things and have adventures. So don't be too bogged down with this old stuff. Look for ways, especially around this new moon here on the 9th, to find new and exciting ways to get you moving out of anything where you may feel kind of bogged down or sort of stuck. All right, well, next we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you guys are, all the Capricorn stuff is still opposing you, so you may be dealing with oppositions, yes, but you may just be dealing with people in partnerships, love partnerships, different kinds of partnerships. In your opposite sign is not always a bad thing. That gets you out of your shell. It gets you to examine things from a different perspective. Let's see what we've got here. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning in money, and the High Priestess. That intuition. Well, who's got the who's got the intuition? You guys are one of the most intuitive signs. You are a water sign. The High Priestess is not necessarily your card, but I think of it that way because it's two. It's the moon, and the moon is your ruling luminary, and it's got these moon energy all over it, and that's you. So watch for the moons. The Capricorn moon is going to be probably the most harmonious with you. That's going to be most of the day of the 6th, the 7th, and part of the 8th. Also, the Pisces moon over here would be harmonious with you. Trust your inner intuition and your inner guidance when it comes to financial matters. If you have a hunch on something, put it out there. Give it a shot. Because you might receive abundance coming back from it. I could see financial gains coming by trusting that intuition and following those hunches. Okay, next we're going to move on to Leo. You're another one. Everything's in your opposite sign of Aquarius. That new moon on the 9th is going to be in your opposite sign, so partnerships are really highlighted. Working in partnerships, your partner's situations that are affecting your life as well. This is going to be a big time frame for that, more so than other years because we've got Pluto join. Every year, in Aquarius time, that's your partnership sign, right? But this year particularly because you've got, that big Pluto move that happened back last month here. Let's see what we got for our Leos. You got Justice cards, so maybe dealing with some kind of legal things or karmatic justice, and then the Hangman. Yeah, just wait and see. Things are going to be straightened out. Justice will be done. The other thing about the justice, well, first of all, justice could be a karmatic justice, and that's kind of what I'm leaning a little bit more towards. But if you are involved in legal contracts, things of this nature, could be talking about that. But Here's another big thing. You notice you've got 2 major arcana cards. So bigger things are at work. There's more than meets the eye. What are they talking about? Horatio. Is that is that more than meets the eye? Horatio? I think that's from like a Shakespeare somewhere. Something something Horatio quote. Is it more than meets the eye? Do I want to look it up real quick? Not particularly, but I think I might. More than meets the eye, Horatio. More. Let's just look up Horatio. Say Horatio saying, because that's coming through. Saying. There are more things in heaven. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt about in your philosophy. And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah. There are more things on heaven and earth. Yeah, so there's, this bigger picture things are really going on with this major arcana. Hangman is about waiting and seeing, but it's also about pausing and getting enlightenment, not rushing into anything. Justice will be done. Maybe some legal matter, maybe, it's just karmatic justice with that could be like what goes around comes around, so just let the universe do its thing. All right, let's see, Virgo. Astrology-wise, we've got this earth energy, but things are moving into Aquarius. Not your favorite sign or energy. Sometimes I find that Uranus and Aquarius energy can make Virgos like a little nervous. It can make all of us a little nervous, but particularly Virgos because you might have that tendency a little bit to start with. Go forward with whatever you want to go forward with the Magician. The Magician is the major arcana. The Magician is the higher countenance is what the guides are saying, but it's the higher thing here, the higher force that's going on here. Go forward with what you want. Anything that's you feel might be stopping you, or things that you feel are going on here, really they have more to do with your own worries or your own, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit better here. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? That has to do with things that are going on in your own head, more so than it does in the reality. In the reality, the Magician is telling you to go forward, take that leap, take that time forward, go forward with whatever you're doing. You're empowered now. You've got the energy. What happened here is that the Uranus has gone direct, and that means all the planets are direct. So all the planets are direct. So many things are going to be moving forward. We're going to have all planets direct, I think, until May. So for everybody, it's a time where things can really go. Anything that's holding you back is just your own worried nature. And I was even picking up about that little bit of that nervous energy. So cast your doubts aside and get on the bus is what the guide said. Okay, don't make a fuss. Just get on the bus. That's a old Zappa tune. But anyways, Libra. Well, Libra, didn't you have your moon this week? No, you did not. What was I thinking of? Maybe it was last week. I don't know why I thought you had a Libra moon this week. But, this air sign energy, it's more conducive to you, too. The Capricorn stuff is squaring up with your cardinal stuff. That's not the best. Sometimes squares are good. They can energize you. But a lot of times squares are like aggravation and not great. So now things are moving into Aquarius. You're getting into that nice trine, that harmonious trine energy. This is energy you can really work with. Let's see what we got here. We got somebody's making you an offer. And then the sun. Wow. Well, here's the thing, too. Okay, somebody could be making you an offer with this sun energy and everything. But the other thing is, with the Page of Cups, I use the Page of Cups often to talk about a baby, the soul of a baby. And this could mean that, too. So some of you, there might be some kind of pregnancy, or somebody you could find out, oops, I keep kicking. I'm trying to move this better. You could find out somebody's pregnant or something like that. Other than the pregnancy and the whole unborn child and the baby stuff here, the other thing is, one of my daughters is a Libra and they're trying to get pregnant. It would be cool if she got the news that she was. I keep picking up twins for her, but anyways, back to you. This could be an offer that just you're so happy about, because whenever the sun energy shows up, it's like, oh, I'm so happy and overjoyed and excited and everything. So it could just be something along those lines where you're just happy, overjoyed, excited, but whatever it is, whenever the sun is in there, that's always really, really positive. It's a lot of happiness. It's you shining in your element and just, really feeling, all lit up in the best possible way. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next sign of Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, what's going on for you? I mean, nothing in your sign, a lot of Taurus energy too. A lot of stuff's in your 7th house. Could be dealing with partnerships, could be dealing with some oppositions. But you know, with the Jupiter being the one of the main players in your opposite sign, Jupiter's attracting good stuff to you. This isn't necessarily bad. Although, you know, all this Aquarius stuff's making a square. The fixed signs are coming into focus for sure. We've got the squares with the Aquarius, you. So could be dealing with some oppositions, but overall, I got a good vibe about for you guys with that Jupiter energy. That could be some really sweet stuff. Justice comes out again in that same spot that was there for somebody else, and news coming about money for you. Some of you may be signing that contract, signing that. Some of you may be purchasing property. I'm picking up where you're signing the papers with the bank or for the loan, or signing the deed over, or maybe it's just signing a lease or something. Maybe it's signing something for contract work, but definitely justice, and that's bringing you money. This is positive. This is something you want. This isn't justice and, it's a bad news for you. This is good news for you. Bringing in that pentacle, bringing in that money. We might be talking about the earth sign time moons here, so we'll be looking at maybe the 6th, the 7th, and then a little bit of the 8th, but the 6th and the 7th could be the strongest days for that. Looks very, very favorable. I feel a lot of happiness, and actually I want to say a lot of relief. I really feel like a lot of you, this has to do with land. Maybe some of you maybe even inherit some land from a family member out in the country, or like empty land or something. But it's good news, and you find out the good news regarding the justice situation and the financial situation this week. You get that message. Okay, Sagittarius, you are going to have the moon in your sign kicking off the week on the 4th, 5th, and part of the 6th. So when the moon is in your sign, those are could be your lucky or best days of the month. Sometimes not, because of other things that are going on, but for the most part, those days when the moon is in your sign, that's good news. Also, we've got that new moon in Aquarius. That's a nice harmonious sextile to your energy. So another day that could be very favorable and positive. The whole week really looks pretty good for you, Saggies. 2 of Rods juggling out some money. You're going to get that relief. You're going to get that endorsement, I want to say. You're going to get that if you get that payment or something. If you've been juggling with some finances, some money's going to come through. They're talking about the cavalry. Here comes the cavalry. So somebody could come in. Somebody could come in and save you, or show you the way, or give you that loan, or tell you about that grant, or you might get that grant approval, or something like that. It may come from even 2 different sources, but for some of you, most of you, I feel like this is just like, oh, I'm going through this thing, or this may even be the process of filling out the applications, or whatever, the paperwork ahead of time. But bam, it comes through. 6 is really grabbing me. Could be on the 6th even, because you've got the moon in your sign, and then that 6 comes through over there like that. But this is going to be a nice week for you for gains, financial gains for many Sagittariuses out there. All right, Capricorn, some of the planets are moving out of your sign and into the next sign of Aquarius, like Mercury, but there's still a few more that are still in your sign, like the Venus. On the date of the 7th, we're going to have the Venus trine Uranus in your sign, Venus in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus, and the Mars in your sign, in Capricorn at 25 degrees sextile to Neptune. So it's on the 7th, that could be a pivotal day for you. You've got the moon in your sign, and you've got 2 big aspects coming out of Capricorn. Trines and sextiles. So if you wanted to get something going, this might be a good day. But also the new moon. I mean, especially if you're Capricorn rising. The new moon on the 9th, that's going to be, in your 2nd house of money. So that could be something good too. Let's see what we got for Cappies. We got the Magician. Again, I think I got that before. And the Ace of Swords. This is the week to strike out. Strike up the band one time. Yeah, you guys probably don't remember that one. It's a local guy, Michael Stanley. Strike up the band one time. Hey. Strike it up, strike it up. Strike it up, strike it up. Yeah, strike up the band, strike out into the world, whatever you're trying to do, accomplish. The Magician's, number 1. The Ace is number 1. They're both pointing upward, pointing up to your true north. This is the time to spring forward. Do that thing that you've always wanted to do. Make your mark. Get out in the world. Have have that victory. You know, these are both cards of major victories. The Magician has everything he needs to accomplish whatever he sets out to do. The Ace of Swords is a major breakthrough. Not on this deck, but in many decks there's this dark clouds, and then that sword just pierces through the light, so any obstacles are just cleared away. So a lot of progress, a lot to be accomplished, which I know Capricorns are all about accomplishing. They're definitely accomplishers. Well, Aquarius, boy, everything is just coming into your sign. Mercury's moving in on the 5th. You got your new moon. You got one new moon a year, one new moon, one full moon. So you got that new moon coming up on the 9th in your sign. Get your affirmations together. Figure out what you're trying to manifest. Write it down. Put it out to the universe, because this is super powerful time. And especially this Mercury conjunct Pluto on the 5th, also really powerful. Okay, we've got the 8 of Rods. Get things, things are moving. Uranus, your ruling planet, went direct. Things are moving, and they're going towards this influx of financial increase for you too. So there could be financial increase. But I'll tell you what, you know, with all these planets in your moving into your sign and everything, and then there's going to be the Mercury square Jupiter. Also, Mercury coming out of your sign goes in on the first of the week. At the last of the week, we got it squaring up with Jupiter. It's not just about money. I mean, it's every aspect of your life with all these planets moving into your sign with your new moon. Not just whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you want to see get going. All the planets are direct. Your ruling planet, Uranus, is direct. Pluto's moving into your sign. You've got your new moon. Super powerful week to manifest whatever you want to manifest. But it does look like, for many, you could be getting some financial gains here. Okay? Okay, Pisces, so let's take a look at the week ahead for our Pisces. There's going to be something, what was it? Yeah, there's a Mars sextile Saturn on the 7th, and Neptune in your sign and your ruling planet. So that's going to be the big day for any aspects, but also the new moon. Even though if your Pisces rising, it would be your 12th house, not the most powerful position, but yet, you know, could be something, you know, it's a new moon, so it's always a time to get that new moon energy going, that new beginning. In the 12th, if you're Pisces rising in the 12th house, you might want to, you know, just plan it in your head and maybe wait till your new moon until you really bring it out into the open. But, I mean, with the Mars, that could really spark some energy for you. You've got the Two of Cups, Two of Swords, which is making a decision, and then Three of Cups, happiness, celebration. Definitely, if you're hemming and hawing, they're saying, if you're hemming and hawing about wanting to maybe go out into the world, you know, maybe there's some kind of party or there's some kind of event or something coming up, and you're hemming and hawing about it, not quite sure if you want to do it or not. This could be, you know, it's a definite yes. You would have a good time. This is a very positive time to connect with people, even though some of this stuff, especially Pisces rising, if it's in your 12th house. The other thing I forgot to mention is the moon is going to move into your sign here on 8:42 a.m. Eastern on the 10th. So when the moon comes into your sign, that's kind of like your big days of the month, your big few days there. And that's also that new year, well, you know, it's the new moon, but it's the year of the dragon, enter the dragon. Get out and socialize if you can, be around people. Try to get your spirits up and be in that happy, joyful place, connecting with other people. If you're trying to make a decision of whether should I stay or should I go, definitely go. Go. Get out there, mix and mingle, have that, you know, that bright time. There's going to be a lot of fun to be had, people to see, places to go, people to see. And it's not like it's hectic or draining on you. It's like, you know, it fills you up. It fills up your cups there with the Three of Cups, okay? All right, everybody. Well, again, this is the Patreon readings. These are put on Patreon every week, and it's not just about, yeah, you get the reading for your Patreon donations, but it also goes towards helping me put the free content on YouTube, helping me towards, you know, writing the books, doing the artwork, all the stuff that I do that's outside of this. The Patreon community, a lot of the Patreon community started as just a place to support artists. So even, you know, it's not always about just, oh, I'm paying to get these free readings. You're also paying to support me in my different endeavors. And I do appreciate that oh so much. Have a best week, and we'll be back again next week for more Patreon weekly readings. Until then, see you next time. Bye.